So now I'm going to take the IV prep pad, super sticky, just wipe it. I like to cover a bigger area than I know I'm going to use just so that I've got options. I'll check the top where I know I'm not going to insert it to make sure it's sticky. I pick a good looking spot and put it on. Press the two buttons, it inserts, push the top down. I hold it on for just a second to make sure it's all stuck. Pull it off. Then you hold the two sides, pull the needle out, click the needle down so no one else gets stabbed. And then I just check to make sure that it went in okay. Don't see any blood. And we're good. It says fill cannula, connect set to body, and press act to fill and escape to skip. I have the 6mm cannula, so I'm at 0.3, so I'll just press act and it will fill the cannula. I always make sure that, I always watch it to make sure that it fills, just because I've had it not before and I had to redo the set. That's why I always carry multiple sets with me. So now we can go ahead and insert the next sensor, which I have, or take off the old site, my bad. So I normally wear my pump on my outside of my pocket, and I just tuck the tubing in my waistband. To take off the old sensor, just pull it down just a little bit. I just take off the tape, which sometimes is connected to the site and sometimes it'll come off by itself. Just throw it away. And then I take the site itself and go all the way around to make sure it comes off nice and easy. So it's all the way around. I grab two sides of it, hold my skin down with my other two fingers, and just pull up. And that is the cannula that is in my body. Just fold it and throw it away. So now that side's taken off. This side has a new one. Front sensor's taken off. So now I'm going to put a sensor in my arm. My favorite arm seems to be my right arm just because I'm right-handed, so it seems to always be easier to put it in that way. I've never really had a problem with having to pinch up the skin or anything, so that is that. So now, just clean up some of this stuff. I'm going to take the inserter and take out the sensor. When you take out the sensor, you want to make sure you only handle it by the base. So it kind of looks like a messed up robot, I guess you could say. And this is the tower with the needle in it. That's where the new sensor will be plugged in. This is what's going to be connected to your body. If this ever comes flipped up, then you need to make sure it's pushed underneath where the sensor would get plugged in, or it could jam the loader. So, just going to move this so you can see how to do this. You have to put it on a firm surface, like a table, and you can see where it's supposed to go into the sensor. So I'll turn it around, hold the tube bottom with my hand, and you just insert the sensor all the way to the table. So now it's there. Put your two fingers on there and just pull straight up. And now this is just completely trash. You can see the needle, if I could get the right angle, the needle is right in front of my finger. This sticky pad is sticky now because we took the plastic off the bottom, and it's ready to insert. Okay, so I'll move you back up. And this time I'm gonna do it in my arm. It's just like to rub it a little bit. And I'm going to take an alcohol prep pad and wipe it off, just so I know there's no germs and it's clean. It's just what you're supposed to do. Just wipe the whole top of my arm off, because you never know where you're really gonna stick it, so I just wipe the whole arm off. Wave it, make sure not to blow. I think I'm gonna shoot for around this area right here. So then I take the IV prep pad and just wipe it up and down. Which my trainer said that they at first said that they didn't want you to use the IV prep pad with the sensor because they were afraid that it was breaking down enzymes on the sensor. But she said that since they came up with that it has been proven wrong, so we're able to use it if we feel like it's not sticking. Just wave it off with a piece of paper. Pick a good spot for it to go in. This looks pretty good to me. So when you press the button down, it doesn't do anything. It shoots in when you lift the button up. So press it down, press the button, let it go. It'll insert it. You're supposed to hold it there for 5 to 10 seconds because I guess the tape that's underneath it is heat sensitive, so it sticks better the longer you hold it. Of course, you wouldn't want to sit here for 25 minutes with it connected to you, but that's what they say. So then you press the button down, you lift it straight up, and this is what's left on my arm. Looks like it went in better than the last time. So now you just pull straight up on the tower. And just grab it. It's a little hard to do it with nothing to help you. And it will pull itself right back into its plastic container. And now the sensor's left in my arm. It's kind of cool looking. Now you take this tab that's underneath. So this is how it looks. This is underneath it. You take this piece of paper and you just pull it. It's going to feel like you're going to rip it out, but you're really not. And place it down on your skin. This is where I found that the IV prep pad helps, because it seems to make that stick more. And on my last one, it was lifting up. Not like really bad to where it was going to fall off, but it was definitely lifting up. So I decided to do this. Then the Inlight sensors come with the over tape themselves to have this nice little hole. The key is to get it over the top on your skin, but not get it over the transmitter, where the transmitter plugs in. So you take this flap and you just flap it out, flip it out, flap it out, whatever. You open the over tape. I've never really done this with one hand, so we're gonna see how that goes. And just press it on like so. Then you take the number 2, pull it out, and press it down. I put it on a little crooked, but that's alright. Do the same thing to the other side. Make sure it's on the top of the sensor, not in the way of where it's going to plug in. And that's what it looks like. Kind of crooked, but you know, that's okay. So now while that is still charging, because it's still blinking, I'm going to put put the tape on my site. So I just open the package, and they look like this. So I fold it in half, because I don't like the IV3000s that they give you from Medtronic. They never seem to hold. These I just get from CVS. They're Next Care Tegaderm. Fold it in half, and then this is what it looks like. So the two flip parts, or the two flat parts, are on the top, and this is where I cut the hole in the middle. Just take your scissors, cut a little half moon shape, open it up, you have a spot for your site to go in. So now I'm going to put the tape on the old site. Just disconnect it. Make sure your pants aren't in the way, because that'd be a pain. Take off the first layer. Put it over the circle. Press it down. You peel one side off. Peel the other side off. Make sure it's stuck down pretty good. And then you just reconnect. I've never had a problem with this tape. If it falls off, I just normally put another one on. Now that this transmitter is fully charged, you know this because it has stopped blinking, and it just is kind of sitting there. So you just pull it off. To remove it from the charger, you wait to see the blinks to make sure that it's all good. Set it down. I put the inserter or the charger back in my bag. Then on the pump menu, you go to sensor. Turn a sensor back on. Sensor on. Alerts. Everything stays the same. And then in an hour, it will ask me for a calibration, meaning it'll pop up. I think it pops up an hour before, or 30 minutes before you need one, and then I'll just put my blood sugar in that my meter read me, and then it'll start reading everything to the pump. So now you take the transmitter. Try to get a good angle of this, and you push it in the hole, and you'll hear it click. You wait to see the green light. I think it blinks 3 times. Then it will shut off, or 4, or 5, 6. Okay, well, it blinks 6 times. Now, I'm trying to make sure that it's flat against my arm, so it's kind of got a weird angle. You pull this tape off, so it'll flap. I hold the back of the sensor down, or I pull it off first, just to make sure I can do this correctly. Push the transmitter down to my arm, and then fold the flap over. I just push it all the way down, around, to make sure that it's not going to come off. Push it really good at the bottom. And that's what the sensor looks like. So now, this will start reading my blood sugar, and that's all you do. So now you've seen a pump site change and a sensor site change. I'm going to be uploading more videos, and I feel really bad that I kind of fell off the side of the earth for a little while. But like and share and subscribe and comment and watch the rest of my videos. Thanks, guys. Bye.